players called the blank fire hits.
Oh, I love that.
They totally didn't have to.
Oh no, that wasn't even part of the rules. Like blank fire was pure immersion, dude. Because I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, they're reacting to the blank fire." Yeah. So it was pure immersion. Like it's just noise to make you like hyped up and all this shit. Like if you wanted to call it, great.
Yeah.
But honestly, part of the rules. This is an airsoft game. It's not a blank fire game.
No.
It was just for immersion. And yeah, some dudes like.
I love.
Did you see the video that Jordan put out?
Oh yeah,
like the part one.
Yeah.
So the part in the elder meeting, the guy with the blank fire AK shoot, that was me, right? The guys in that technical, they all called that when that all popped off and I started shooting. Like they immediately took it, and then at the end of it, they were like, they were high fiving me, and they were just like, "Good shot." I was like, "I didn't shoot you. Like I have blank fire." They're just like, "Oh, but yeah, but like I would have so been dead."
Yeah,
and I was just like,
I mean, that's the spirit of the rule.
Yeah,
that's the spirit.
I was like.
We just didn't want to get in.
I wish I had a Cliff Bar to give him or something.
Like because it was only staff, which I think is a good way to do it. Because it was only staff using blank fire. It was purely there for the player enjoyment. Like that's it. And if they called it, great.
Oh, it added so much.
That was great.
It was so fun.
Well, we had a bunch.
Yeah,
I was going to say it worked out because you said staff can do blank fire, and pretty much everybody was like, "I'm in."
Oh, yeah. Everybody on Zulu had blanks.
It was so fun. Like I would do MSW with blank fire.
Yeah. So I've started to move towards like any MSW I go to, I'm probably going to start bringing a blank fire because I have an AK, I have an AR, and the one him and I went down to with my wife.
Oh my God.
We were hunting because we're impulsive, not planning this event at all. What? Like we did from a company standpoint, but from us playing standpoint, that's like an afterthought.
Impulsive? No.
Yeah, no. And so we're driving down to Georgia and like he's driving and I'm like, every 25-mile radius, is there a gun store with a BFA adapter? Or 25 adapter? Like
6 whole hours.
I'm
like listening to music, I'm vibing out and I'm looking over, new gun store. A couple minutes later, look over, new gun store. Every like couple minutes, I'm like, find one? No. I'm like, all right, like that's how it is. And I'm just sitting there because I'm like, damn, I really hope I can run my gun blank fire because that'd be freaking dope. Because like I got a little bit of a kitted out M4 AR-15, and I was like, oh, well, cool, whatever. And I just look over, I'm like, anything? He's like, well, I found the blanks. I'm like, well, that's half the equation. We need the BFAs. Nothing. So
like I saw a BFA for an AK available like months before the event, so there was no urgency. And like I was like, oh, I'll just wait. And then the moment it like became time where like I needed to get it, like I couldn't get it.
Exactly.
That was us the whole time.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I thought I got you the BFA.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I have it.
Yeah.
You managed to find one.
Yeah.
And are we allowed to talk about the boss system?
Quick. So what if there was a system? What if a magical system where you could be loud but also shoot BBs? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
12 gauge shotgun. Those are BBs.
Yeah.
True. So there's a company in New Zealand called RDX. And they came out, I think they came out with a system 7 years ago.
Close to this up. Yeah.
7 years ago, right? So imagine this. It's a 203 you put on your gun. Every time you pull your airsoft gun trigger, this thing's like, bow, 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 right? And it super cool product. And I think everybody in the airsoft community 7 years ago was like, I need one of these. Well, they I won't call it a mistake. They made a misjudgment, and they brought that product to the West Coast.
Oh.
Yeah. And they demoed it on the West Coast 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, this is super cool and awesome because deep down in my California body, this is really cool. But, because California, cops might, whatever. Well, recently they resurfaced, right? And they started.
Yeah.
I got in contact with them, did a little. I can't talk about that.
No, you're good.
I had some communication with them, and that product might be coming around here pretty
I would
soon.
love that.
It's actually really funny. The other day, we actually got an email about that into our inbox. We were doing some shit for this guy, tech questions, with the some Wolverine products that are coming out. He's like, oh, have you seen this?
Yeah.
And I looked at it. I'm like, what is this? This is awesome.
Yeah, it's very
And
cool.
like I watched as many videos as I could on and like scrolled through the website. I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. And I saw like the little clip trailer from 7 years ago where like this was a SHOT Show, and then I think what's his John from Airsoft
Airsoftology.
Airsoftology. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in there and they were doing it at Southern SC Village or whatever.
Yep.
I was like, this is pretty dope.
Yeah. So what had happened was they came out with this product, and you know they were kind of really betting on the U.S. market, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they just went to the one state,
The one bad state.
the one state, right? And
Sorry, Californians.
well, so they were just like, maybe we should pump the brakes on this. But then the New Zealand military was like, hey man,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So they started developing. So they put a lot of their effort into developing. They have like a 25 millimeter cannon.
Yeah, that's on the
like
website.
LAVs.
Yeah,
They have a standalone training rifle with like a electronic magazine that it's pretty amazing actually. But then they were like, hey, we're gonna.
So is it is it like propane operated, gas operated? Like what's the system?
Propane or MAP gas.
Oh, okay. So it is a combustible kaboom at the
It
end.
is,
Just like
yeah.
you like the propane cans.
There's like a reciprocating.
Yeah. So
I saw the reciprocate. I was just wondering how it made the sound. I think it made.
it's
But it's electronically
ignited.
actuated.
It's
so-
like those propane cannons people go ahead and put on
Correct.
side by side for the mod dudes.
Yeah.
Like that, and it does the same.
Or like
exact-
bird scares, like same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Same
anything that you can wire to it,
Mm-hmm.
even if you have a gun that's not necessarily an electric gun,
Correct.
you can put a little switch in there,
Mhm.
like a Kythera.
It's
Potentially a GBVR
it's a basic
with more intricate electronics.
it's a basic circuit,
Yeah,
so you can
just set it off.
wire that however you want. Now there are going to be like 3 different styles of connecting it to your gun. I'm not sure how much I can talk about. It's not like Area 51 crazy shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I just
It's
don't know
their
how much.
thing.
Well, because the whole meeting was kind of like off the record.
So Tom,
But I did see the unit. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
There's even like some anti-theft shit involved with it.
Oh,
I don't know how much.
got like a
detail
car
I can go
alarm where you go
into.
boop boop. And you put
No,
down.
it's not like
So-
that. But basically, it would render the unit inoperable
Okay.
if somebody took it.
Interesting.
Super cool.
Mhm.
What I can say is well, yeah. So advertised is like 2,000 shots per fill.
Oh wow.
That's a lot.
I mean,
that's more than a
Yeah.
combat load.
That's your whole
That's a
loadout,
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Might be more than that, but you know,
The cool part is now that we figured out the whole doing a video podcast like we were talking about before, maybe, hopefully, RDX, come on the podcast, please.
they want to. They want to. This is why we did the like Skype meeting beforehand, was because they're very cautious about marketing the US, right? Because the last time they did it, it was like poo
Yeah.
caca, and I was like, brother, like in terms of Milsim West and the more prevalent use of blank fire, right? They're bridging a gap.
Absolutely.
They're bridging a gap between making noise, creating ambiance, and also being effective.
Oh yeah.
I keep pointing to the barrel of this thing, and also being effective. I mean, like the biggest draw for blank fire is that it sounds cool. The biggest draw back to blank fire is that you're not actually effective.
Yes, exactly.
So bridging those two things together, my God, dude.
So here's my question: should I install one on my Kythera, my NGRS,
It doesn't matter.
or my ERG?
It doesn't matter.
no,
You
like
have
all
one. It's
three,
cool.
all
Don't
three.
Like I told you, Anthony, when we finally get one and we finally get hands on,
I want 4.
figure out how to make a QD so that you can switch the wiring easily.
Yeah.
And then people like me that are just like you, who have an NGRS and a Kythera and a gas rifle, I can just pick which gun I want to use and slap it on there.
Yeah,
for the day.
absolutely.
I just think the coolest part is what you said, is that you're bridging the gap between blank fire and effectiveness, because like I went to my first Milsim West event in Sochi, and that was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the pouring rain for what felt like an eternity
Hurricane.
and God's green gift to
Hurricane
this earth of
Sochi.
a broken intent, which we could talk about that if we want, but my God. Anyways, the fact that like, cool, blank fire is happening, and now I'm actually being shot at. This kind of sucks. This is awesome, and oh my, that would be the coolest thing.
Well, so imagine too, like blank fire is neat, but how many people are willing to bring the real firearm?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a humongous.
You know what I mean? And also, blanks are not cheap.
Yeah.
No.
And you may live in a state where certain firearms that you want to go ahead and
Sure.
have when it comes to airsoft stuff, you can't have those things.
And now all of a sudden it's available. So they went to SHOT Show. I believe they actually got kicked out of SHOT Show.
That
but
was like 2016.
Yeah, that was a while
there's a good clip of it because they shot it in.
Inside the
Inside-
thing.
yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And he
Yeah.
does it again?
Yeah.
Whoa.
yeah. I actually didn't ask him about that. I forgot about that.
That's based.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
super
but like,
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
was
Spin the
it
wheel.
them shooting
the blank
them-
fired device inside of a SHOT Show hall? Is it based or not? Not based.
based.
What?
Ow.
Oh, that's
That's fake.
Is your phone in California?
That's fake. I don't
Your
know.
phone's a Cal. Well,
All right,
it's
well, you know
it's
what?
an Apple phone.
The wheel is broken. We can't use it
Yeah,
anymore.
that's- Obviously, it's not. So, so now, so they went to the ATF, right? ATF has a booth at the SHOT Show, right?
Yes.
And they were like, "Hey, what's the status with this?" And the ATF was like, "Doesn't have a barrel, doesn't shoot a projectile.
Yeah.
Not a
It's
problem.
It's just a
Perfectly
thing."
legal.
Yeah.
So, right there, boom. Okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So import and all that stuff should be fine. Last time I talked to them, they had sent units to a distributor, and they were like, that distributor was testing it. I don't know the whole process, and they should be coming around here pretty soon.
Hell yes.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, because on their website they're advertising that by the end of Q1 they will be available.
Will they be allowed at Zulu for open play?
During the daytime, yeah.
Yeah, for night
I'm gonna
game.
get. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna.
I wonder what that does look like if it has any like flash or anything like
It has
So
to.
I already said that too. I'm really curious, like with the night vision camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see if it gives off any kind of signature at night because that'll
cool.
be kind of cool. And if my camera will pick it up, then your nods will pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's combustion. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
that,
like-
that would just be cool, especially in like low light. You have like 15 guys worth like that have that simulated blank fire, and then like having the flash at the same
Oh
time.
my God.
That would just be sweet.
fucking.
But
right.
even then, like just put a muzzle flash tracer on there, or the,
Exactly.
Oh
or
my
the
God,
vape
yeah.
can.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that?
Do you know
Fuck
about the vape can for the guns? There's a
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
it's for gel blasters, but you can use them for
Well,
airsoft. It's
yeah, so
basically a
there's another
smoke-
company now that's advertising them for airsoft. It's called Smoky Wolf.
Yes,
So-
that's my
Yeah.
my buddy sent me a link of that the other day.
It's like
I was
$100
I've seen this as a gel blaster
that
thing.
sounds
No,
like somebody who makes like flavored cigars.
Well,
Oh,
it's kind
it's
of funny
cool. Yeah,
because
it's
it looks
It
like
is so cool.
internally
It's
it
so
looks like the
gross.
same thing as an Ace Tech tracer unit,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's got the muzzle flash feature.
But why
Like-
is it not a tracer unit?
No, this one is the one that Tyler bought.
Yeah, he thought it
wasn't.
was a tracer. unit.
Ah,
He didn't even
okay.
know it was a smoke device. He bought it thinking it was just a tracer, and then it was making smoke.
And then he was reading the
Thinks it's
instructions, and
broken,
it was
like,
like, it was like put vape juice here. He's like,
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
that
the
makes
one
that makes the tracer work.
It's
Sure.
essentially it's a tracer unit and has the same exact function on the inside as the fog machines you get at a haunted house. You put the
Yeah.
propylene glycol on the side, and
yeah.
Yeah.
pull the trigger, and boom, and it puffs. Oh, you know, model train sets. The little,
Yeah, yes.
it's that. It's
Yeah.
it's a model train on the end
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
damn gun, which is
Yeah.
the coolest thing.
Just for everybody listening at home, because I know we kind of went off on a tangent. This
Yeah.
is a suppressor device that
I'll
goes
put a
to the end
little
of your
video
gun.
of it on screen.
Yeah.
You shoot, and then when you're done shooting, like a little bit of smoke comes out. It's ridiculous.
Sometimes it's a lot of smoke, especially like when you do full auto burst.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
like
but
the
there's-
way it comes out of the can. You're just like,
But that's not
I
applicable.
I
really
do
for
I
us
do want to go ahead and get
semi-auto
one
field.
just to see.
To me, that's a product that's only for the user.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
You know
cool
what I mean?
gimmick though. Like, it,
it's so
would I spend
gimmicky, though.
$100 on it?
If it was a tracer unit, great.
The only thing I can think.
Well, that's what we were saying is the Smoky Wolf one
Is
is
a
a
tracer.
tracer.
Well, that's
is,
fine. It's got some application, but
Yeah.
like the one Tyler had, I was just like,
the only thing I can
really?
think of it like helping with, and I mean it is for the user. That's 100% a product for the user. But the only thing I can think of that is like the blast, like the Ace Tech blaster units that like shoot red LEDs forward. The smoke, I think, would enhance that effect.
Sure.
And that's about the only thing I can.
So they
For
showed
about
that
this
because-
long.
Yeah, for about that. Yes.
They showed that because it does have the muzzle flash feature as
Yeah.
well. So like the video I saw it demonstrated on was on a gas rifle.
Yeah.
It looks cool because you get the little bit of gas that comes out the barrel
Yeah.
plus the smoke plus the flame.
Yeah.
It made it look like, at least on the camera, like the shutter speed was perfect for it. it looked like a Hollywood like muzzle flash effect. I'm like, normally I would have to edit that in. It's like it kind of just does it on its own. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because with the A-Stack blasters, I've noticed if you have a GBB and it's like a little bit colder out, you get that like the gas that comes out.
yeah.
You get that effect with that, but like GBBs kind of suck in cold weather, and having an AEG and have that same kind of thing, that's where I see that selling point is also like indoors where it's not always.
Jordan's so triggered right now.
sorry, man. GBBs.
I love my gas guns.
No, I'm not saying that I hate gas guns.
Oh no, I get it. I 100% get it.
Gas guns are bad, and you should feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like I tell everyone because they're like, dude, I love gas guns. I'm like, so do I, but there's a reason I own like 3 AEGs. And it's because from March 1st, sometimes March 15th until about November 1st, fair game. You can use a gas rifle any weekend you want. After that, where we live, unless you're going to play indoors,
Good luck.
because I've been going to one of the indoor fields around here. They do gas gun night like once a month now.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, dude, it's perfect because everybody's on the equal playing field if we all have shitty guns. Doesn't matter how cool they look. And it's some of the most fun you'll have. But like, dude, if I tried to use that for like a full field conquest game at Zulu right now, it'd just be infuriating.
No.
I tried that in the middle of December and I was like, why the fuck did I do this?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because like I had a GHK, loved it. Then I tried to Devil Hunter mod it.
Was it the M4?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I ran the Devil Hunter mod for a year.
What's the
And
Devil Hunter mod?
So,
So-
you convert your gas mags to take CO2.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you take the green gas mags, you put the CO2 output valve in,
Oh.
and then you put a KJW M9 fill valve in instead of the stock GHK one. And you can put the Mad Bull CO2 adapter onto like a paintball CO2 tank and fill your gas mags with CO2.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
It
Christ.
helps a lot with
It
the
helps
temperature.
a lot.
Yeah, it helps a lot, and the kick is way nicer.
Yeah.
What's the how long does that last before your gun decides to grenade itself?
The
Actually-
guns would last.
5 minutes.
yeah,
GHKs
They're start counting
so-
down.
GHKs are tough.
Yeah.
Specifically with
Except
the
for the
GHKs,
feed lips.
there were 3
Yes.
problems. There were the feed lips, which now they make metal feed lips. It only took them 5 years and probably 200 feed lips on my end. Then you would break the stock hop-up unit, which was plastic.
Mhm.
They now have metal ones. The biggest problem, and still in my opinion, the biggest problem, which is why I never went back to using the Devil Hunter mod, the CO2 adapters that you would put on the tanks.
Yep.
Those suck. I broke about 10 of them and then just went, nope. I'm
Well, you
done.
have to put so much damn pressure on
Yeah.
them to get them to actually
Sure,
fill.
it's 800 PSI in a tank.
No,
you
that's
got to
exactly. You
hit
have
that
to-
valve.
Like I tried the S Thunder adapter, I tried the Mad Bull adapter, then I tried the tag one.
Yeah.
The tag one worked okay, but
The tag one was the best thing for me, but it was still sucked
It
of the
sucked.
pressure you needed.
Did you try the Matrix one by Evic?
that was the S Thunder one.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the more reason.
it's China.
An AEG.
yeah.
It's
I think gas guns are great, right? They're neat, and technically speaking, they should be the simplest.
Oh yeah.
Technically.
Technically
Sometimes.
speaking. Yeah.
Technically.
There's like way less moving parts and fucking. But
it's always the mags.
I have never
Dude,
shot a
tell
I have
me.
never shot a gas gun that shot well.
Yeah.
Never.
I should.
They're
like,
fun as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
super. We for a brief time we did was it Memorial Day and
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
We would do
We
gas
did
gun day.
gas gun onlys, right?
Oh yeah.
And the fights were awesome because they were loud and
Yeah.
like
It
cool.
was also very funny that most of the time we did that, it ended up raining.
fucking rained. Yeah,
Yeah.
like every fucking time.
But it was cool because like it was a
Perfect day to
Monday,
rain.
the field was open, which was a little weird, but everybody had off because it was a holiday.
Yeah.
But we'd have like 30 to 40 players.
It was cool.
All gas guns.
Oh I
That's
would
cool.
love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like I've had LM4s, which it's an LM4.
Hot take, the LM4 is one of the worst ones.
Yeah, for sure. Their hop up design is just stupid. The best shooting gas gun I ever had was the KWA MP7.
That is good.
It shot straightish.
Yeah.
A really good gas gun for some reason is the WeTech G36.
You shut up. No. And you can't associate WeTech and good. No.
Dude,
The-
the WeTech G36C
No.
for some
It's
reason.
funny because my buddy had a very similar experience.
The
with his.
only WeTech that I would ever recommend is actually the M4 for a very weird reason. Because somebody, I can't remember the company, came out with an HPA tapped mag that's a high cap for it.
Oh, I saw that.
And so you can control the pressure on it. So it actually made it reliable.
And doesn't detonate. 'Cause
Yes.
I had one of the early WE gas blowback Scar H's. The theme there, I like 308 guns.
Yeah.
I broke 3 bolt carriers.
Oh, yeah.
What's
because-
the worst gas gun
The WE
that was
M14.
ever made?
The WE M14.
Remember the SVD? The gas blowback SVD.
Yeah, also made by WE.
Yeah.
What's like
Worst gas gun?
what's the worst gas gun ever made in airsoft?
Currently,
all-
I'm not a fan of my GHK
all of them.
Glock. That thing can suck a brick.
Yo,
You can spend another $1,000
I-
and make it shoot great.
I so I
Yeah.
got that
Yeah.
at Copperhead right after they dropped. Wes was like, "These are awesome," and it worked flawlessly in
I have a
Copperhead.
bone to pick with that gun.
So after it got done with Copperhead, like I'm being drugged through the dirt and sand and crap. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, clean it. After I clean stuff like that, whatever, I don't know what happened, but that trigger, it's like 25 pounds. I'm like,
Yeah.
not figuring out what's going on.
Do you have it with you?
No, it's back in PA. So I'm like, what the hell? So my buddy who was an airsoft tech, like that was his job for a hot second. And he did a lot of the pistols, a lot of the gas guns that came in. He took it apart and got it to be a little bit better. So instead of 25 pounds, it was 24 pounds. And still to this day, for whatever reason, it just is not fun. And it likes to expel all the gas. I'm like, this
Yep.
is fucking lemon. To me, that is the one that I hated the most. I've had WeTechs, I've had high kappas, I've had Jag high kappas, and I have not had nearly as much problems than I've had with the GHK Glock. And I don't know if that's just because me being a dumb blonde kid, I was just like, oh, drag it through the dust and whatever, it'll be fine. It's a gas blowback. And then I clean it, and then now it's not fine. But I took everything apart and cleaned it and put it back together. And it's just like, no.
My hot take with the GHK Glock is that it is so overpriced.
Yeah.
So it is the nicest feeling airsoft
It
handgun
really is.
I've
It's
ever
awesome.
seen.
Yes.
It is. But
However, the gun is $400.
And the mags feel like they could disintegrate.
No, I almost appreciate that because the new GHK M4 mags are like that too.
Okay.
They're super light. I'll show you tomorrow.
Okay.
My problem is it is a $400 gun with $70 mags. And if you want to run the $70 CO2 mags, you have to go to Samoon, which is GHK's website, buy the $120 CO2 upgrade kit. And then it makes the springs and the hammer so strong, you can now not run the green gas mag that it ships with.
Yep.
It's so fucking stupid for no reason. I love GHK, but what were they thinking here? And why?
Oh, yeah.
It's $400. It's going to sell like dog shit on the U.S. market because that's the price of a real Glock. No one's going to buy that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's a weird thing with airsoft is at what point do you not sell something because it's so priced, so similar to a real gun that somebody's just going to buy a real gun?
See, this is the Amped live stream, Tom. I've been missing this whole time. That response right there, that was like a live stream response.
I mean,
Speaking
this
of
is very
live,
similar to it, yeah.
speaking of live streams,
Yeah,
you guys do that pretty often, huh?
every week at 1:00
On
Eastern Standard
Wednesdays.
time at lunch. Sometimes we eat lunch on the live because we forget to grab food.
you sound so defeated.
I hop on.
I remember the 20-minute conversation we had in the comments about Burger King and Wendy's.
That was hilarious. The lives for me, and I said this before on the lives. They for me, because I do a ton of different meetings around the office throughout the week. That is the 1 hour where I don't have people asking me questions like, "Hey, did this get taken care of? Hey, what's going on with this topic? Like, what's going on?" And me and Wes will just sit there and be like, "Hey, what do you guys want to talk about?"
Yeah.
Just sit there for an hour, and it's like nothing else is going on but this one thing. It is very nice, and I get to bully Wes, and he gets to pick on me, and it's very fun.
I love watching it. So when I hop on,
I hate you so much.
Sometimes
I hate you so much.
you make statements like, "Oh, Anthony's probably at his bench right now, fucking not even paying attention." No, when I hop on, that's when I'm working at my other job.
Okay.
So I'm in those cases. If I'm on, it's because I'm at the office desk
Okay,
and I'm
yeah,
doing
yeah.
boring shit, and it's so fun because I'm just like I'm listening to what you guys are talking about, and I'm just like, that's based. Somebody talks about like a trench gun, and I'll just be like, war crimes are hella based. And like when it's you and Wes, like I love when it's you and Wes because when I do that, like you find it so amusing.
I
and
do.
you-
I
and you
find it hilarious.
and you laugh, and then Wes is just like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Here we go.
like this guy.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, dude, that was so there was like a 2-week period recently you weren't on the lives.
That was the dark times.
But Wes was. I hopped in one day and somebody else said based. It wasn't Anthony. It wasn't in the live
yeah,
stream. And literally he just looks and goes, "Oh, thanks, Anthony." And I'm commenting, I'm like, "That wasn't Anthony. Somebody else is saying base now." He's on the live stream talking, and I'm in the comments just like, "Dude, this is hilarious because Anthony's gonna feel it, and he's gonna randomly join because he knows somebody else is talking about him being based. Like fucking 2 minutes goes by and you just see Amped Airsoft just join the live. And I'm like, oh my God, like fucking Beetlejuice. His ears.
Yeah. I love it because like
It's fun.
everybody likes their own opinions.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just like to say what's based and what's not based. That's why I made this wheel that's broken.
Well, it's
Because it doesn't think that shooting a boss system inside a SHOT Show is based, apparently.
No, that's wrong.
Which I disagree with.
That needs
It's
to be
an
recalibrated.
Apple phone, so
Yeah.
of course it's going to be screwed up when it comes to that.
Apple's not.
It's California
based all the
The lives are also interesting because it like players literally jump in there, ask a question, you answer it, and they're just like, okay, bye.
Yeah,
Leave.
it is weird because like when we were talking about setting up for this, like I'm not so used to talking to Wes next to me. I'm very used to talking at the camera because those are I'm looking at the people giving us the questions.
Sure.
And it's just very nice because something I think have developed as we go to so many different events is that face-to-face time with customers.
It's important.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's especially with social media right now. It's very hard to get any type of interaction with any customers, even if they're following you already. It's very hard to get any type of traction on social media for airsoft and gun community.
Yeah.
And so being at all these events and the live it's been really, really nice because I feel like we have very authentic conversations. I feel like it's we try to keep it very unfiltered. Like if we have a personal opinion of something, I don't care. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it because especially when you and Wes like disagree on something.
Oh, we go at each
It's-
other's
it's
throats.
hilarious.
We go at each other's throats.
When you guys stream, you're streaming on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Instagram, YouTube, TikTok are the big three. I think we also do Discord, but it's like totally dead.
And you do it simultaneously.
Yes.
So that's why you don't always read my comments because you
Yeah,
probably get so
well,
many.
Yeah, you're just not everywhere. all
Email
that
us.
Do you intentionally not read one of my comments because you're like, it's just another based comment?
So sometimes
'Cause if-
I'll literally like, yeah, just go away.
What you need to do.
You need to read all of my comments out loud because I'm making art. Okay,
Email
because
them.
every time you do that, I do a screen recording of it, and I'm making a compilation of you and Wes reading my based comments. So my goal is to have an hour-long compilation of just you reading my based comments. Like war crimes are hella based, just disappointed.
Yeah, that was
I have a solution for you.
based.
He's Kanye.
Email them into customer service like 50.
No.
When you email them into customer service, say attention Logan because I work customer service.
All right.
And then I'll just bring that in during the next live stream.
No.
And there you go. Like, I got you
Yes.
covered.
Please read this piece of paper. No.
Yes.
No,
Pieces
no,
of
no,
paper.
no, no, no,
Pieces
no.
of paper.
Oh, he's gonna print it out so it's just one on each sheet of paper, but
It's gonna be
it's
like
still
a
in
book.
size
We have
10
some
font.
comments from last live that were not answered.
And
it's
it's
like
just,
a
and
book.
you just don't.
It's like the
It's so-
Farmer's Almanac, but just based comments.
Hey, I got you. Just email.
Thank
it.
you.
I got you covered.
That
This
actually
is
makes
from
sense,
Anthony.
Yeah.
because you guys are streaming on so many platforms. Because like I remember the day whoever's phone you were using for the Instagram was upside down, and I'm like vigorously texting.
That was
I'm like-
me.
I was like, "Hey Tom, your phone's upside
So
down."
Wes, I think Wes was in a different meeting. So it was very weird because normally I'm in a meeting and I don't get to the live on time. And he was in a meeting. I forget what it was about, but like I was like, I don't know how to work camera equipment. I'm just here to be funny and say random things. And so I'm like, how do I start the streaming service? And I go on the computer and I'm like, okay. So I log in, I know all the login stuff, and I'm like, put the phone up. I'm like, okay, it looks like it's right. And then like, I guess the phone, because of how I put it, tilted and it flipped the
Yeah.
screen. And I was just, and then like Wes walks in and he's like, you're never allowed to touch the camera.
That was really funny because I saw it. I'm just like,
You saved me because I saw your comment. I was like, damn it. All right.
yeah, because I commented it and I'm like, I don't think he's gonna see that. So then I shot you a text and I'm just like, hopefully he sees one of these. I was like, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Oh.
Well,
Last
driving
live
down.
stream, I had said you guys should carry FPS software parts, and I'm being, as New Yorkers would say, dead ass. I'm being dead ass. FPS software parts are really great.
Okay. Why?
So they're pistons, dimensionally, very on point. They have strong racks, straight racks. They're lightweight. I haven't heard any reports of them breaking. They have these little shock pads that go on the top, you know how the top of the rack
Yeah.
kind of has that bend? There's like it's like a rubber pad that goes there, and then there's another one that goes on the bottom by the pickup tooth, and it actually helps absorb the shock of the sector gear engaging the pickup tooth.
Anthony really likes his racks.
So I've been using retro arms pistons pretty religiously for a little bit, and then I had a couple fail, and now I'm starting to lose faith. Because you know how companies have that dip off in quality?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I expect that every few years I have to kind of switch around certain go-to parts.
So, like we had that with our go-to hop-up barrel build. Like that was a Pro-In hop-up,
Yeah.
Firefly Namazu bucking, Prometheus purple, and
God, I miss that.
Orga barrel or whatever. Like barrel was the hottest at the time, and then it's like just faded away for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Prometheus barrels were like really, really, really good.
The
Yeah.
apps.
Now
Shit.
they're just not as good as they were in like 2015.
I see.
they weren't.
What's
Same
weird
with
to
the
me
Pro-In
is
hop up.
Same with Pro-In.
The Pro-In hop up in particular in that mix was the thing that like, yeah, that's not the mix anymore.
It just, I think it just happens with companies like with the PTS grips. Recently, there was a bad batch.
Yes.
And Andrew's aware of it and he's dealing with it apparently. But like it happens sometimes. But like when I see a product do that, if there's no way for me to somehow get myself or somebody else in contact with the guy who can do something about it,
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, fuck. Because I got those bad grips and I was like, damn it. What grips am I going to, like PTS grips are like the only option
Yes.
for M4s. Like
What was up with the grips?
so Andrew said there was an issue in the cooling process with the particular batch and the dimensions were just off.
Did
Yeah.
it shrink?
It's like you could not, I guess it shrunk, but
Or, like,
it
twisted a little.
it
bit.
didn't just shrink. So it was really tight on the shell. And once you got it on the shell, which you had to Dremel something,
Yeah.
and it varied by grip. And once you got it on there, the holes for the motor tower didn't line up.
Yep.
It's funny because before we left for this event, I grabbed a PTS script that I bought recently. I got it from Amazon. Just because I was like, 2-day shipping, whatever, cool. And I got it and I tried to put it on and it wouldn't go on.
Yeah,
It was
you
like
have one of the bad
It
groups.
wouldn't
I
go
think
on all the
I
way.
have one.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
have
look at it.
one.
I was like, what the
Is it
fuck?
an
So-
EPGC?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was trying to fit it on. I was like, what?
But, like,
Yeah, we
what's
have
going
like
on here?
I think 10 or 12 in
so I
inventory that I
walked
have
up-
to send back.
I walked up to the parts closet that we have. I was like, oh, this works. Cool, fine, whatever. And I walked back down. I was like, all right, well, that's good at least. But like, what the fuck?
I've been using the bad grips on HPA builds.
I mean, yeah.
thought it
And
was-
I've
I
been
thought it was my
I've been
gun.
discounting them. Like I'm just like, here, you want a PTS grip for $10?
yeah.
Like
I thought it was my gearbox, but I'm
No,
there's
it's
no
not.
way it's my
It's the
gearbox.
grip.
like they
This is a
like
G&G
their
gearbox.
their F2 doesn't need motor alignment.
No.
Like
No.
here's a comfortable grip. You know,
because I remember when Anthony noticed it, he asked me if I had any, and like half the grips we had, even though they were from like out of all the grips, they were all from the same order, but like half of them were bad. Half of
Yeah.
them were good.
Okay.
yeah. And Michael from Paragon Armory, I told him about it. I asked him like, hey, you having these issues with his grips? He had gotten a huge batch a while ago, so he still has good grips. But he's the one that actually texted Andrew. He showed me and I never met Andrew. I just know that Andrew's the guy at PTS.
Yeah.
Andy's the head of PTS USA, and he's very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get in contact with him, he's very, very quick to respond to problems.
I've just been lazy and haven't shipped ours back, but he answers like that.
Yeah, he's very, very quick.
Is he taking the bad grips and replacing them?
I don't know. I was just gonna mail him back anyway.
Yeah.
I would. And honestly, he'll probably just give you credit.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if he wants to replace them with good ones, I'm fine with that because
Yeah.
like they sell in the store anyway.
But yeah, so FPS soft air parts, their compression parts are fucking on point.
Okay.
You'll know what to get. Like their palm piston heads.
Yeah.
I don't care about aluminum piston head. I'm like making a custom order for all you techs for Amped.
Oh, yeah,
Like-
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, you know, their tappet
wait.
plates they just make really fucking good parts. I started using them like lately and I'm like, these are really good.
Yeah.
The Gate Eon parts are good too. They go
are-
out of stock on Amped really quickly. Their
Yeah.
tappet plates are actually perfect.
the tappet plates, and then what was the other massive part? I think the Sorbo pad cylinder head is also a giant one that we sell a lot of because it's just very, very good tolerances. It's machined very well. It absorbs a lot.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And their tappet plates, they're not just injection molded, they're actually CNC'd.
Yep.
So it's the only tappet plate I've seen where like when it comes up to that 90-degree bend for the air nozzle, it's actually perfect.
Yep.
Like it's the only truly perfect tappet plate.
No, they're great.
As far-
They're
it-
very good parts.
Yeah, yeah, you guys should carry this parts are based.
With
Parts
Gate,
very
are
basic.
you guys going directly to them, or are you going through MOS?
So we were originally direct with them, but I think because the distribution, I'm trying to figure out what I can say.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I got that email that MOS is now the U.S.
so
distributor.
they're the
for
U.S.
Gate.
distributor, and honestly, it's probably a good thing for honestly the whole U.S. market and Gate as a company. Moss is very, very quick as far.
Yeah, they are.
They're very, very quick to reply. They're very, very. They're a very big conglomerate, right?
Yeah, because they've got Arcturus,
Ian,
Novus, and ENL all under the same
yeah,
brand.
and they honestly they're one of the quickest to reply when we have like an order thing or an email or customer service question or like we need to swap anything out. They are very, very, very quick. Gate makes extremely good products, but because they really didn't have a US distributor for the longest time. I mean, they did a while ago and then they didn't, and now they do again. It took a while. Like what you're seeing is because we were direct with Gate and their supply chain was kind of not as robust as like the distributors are. And I think in the long run, I'm pretty much going to like wrap this up because again, I'm trying to like not say things that I know I can't say, but like in the long run, this is going to be good probably for the entire US market that they have that are going with them.
To move away from that, I saw you guys finally got the Novus red dots.
That took a while to get.
Yeah,
That took a
because they
really
kept
long
saying
time.
like they were coming,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden they're like actually available. Have you gotten time on with those, like hands on?
I got hands-on with a few of the T2 style because I was wondering anything that comes in that says it's night vision compatible. I immediately am skeptical of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am immediately skeptical of, and those ones are a brighter night vision. They're kind of like a Hollow Sun level of night vision. They're not like aim point. Like aim points and like EOTechs have night vision settings that are very, very robust and get very, very dim.
So we tested the Holy Warrior EOTechs,
Yeah.
and the night vision setting is a little bright.
Yeah.
But that AK I was showing you in the shop before that has the Repro Leopold red dot,
Yeah.
that has a working night vision mode that actually it's fucking rock solid.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I could show you guys tomorrow. It's pretty
Please.
cool.
Yeah.
The problem is like getting them imported because our last shipment got seized
Mm-hmm.
and destroyed, but then they sent it to us anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Got destroyed by shipping it to you.
Well, no, like U.S. Customs like ripped it open, like it had the green tape on it, and they
Oh.
punched out all the glass.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And then
They
they
showed us that.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they still shipped it to us
I
anyway.
was literally about to make a joke, but like, oh, they just sent you a box of parts, and you literally
They-
just
yeah,
got a
that's-
box of parts.
yeah, I got a box of parts.
I'm so
Thankfully,
sorry.
our distributor's like, we're gonna replace it, but it takes a while because China.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about that Russian EOTech style optic they have.
So that one in particular, I mean, Blue Jean Operator actually has a really good video of testing that thing, putting it through paces on a real AK.
Yeah.
And I have had hands on with it for about a month now, and I'm very impressed with it. I'm very impressed with it because
I'm just curious at that price point.
the price point's the biggest problem because the problem with those optics is they're basically priced the same way that a Hollow Sun is, right?
Yeah.
And Hollow Sun, every airsofter at this point is like, oh, I trust Hollow Sun. Like I that's a gun optic. That's a real gun optic.
Right.
And the gun community is like, you know what? That's decent enough for my real gun.
Good enough.
Yeah, it works, and I don't have to pay the amount of money I need to buy like a Trigicon or an Aim Point or something like that or Neotech, and it works. It's fine. Is it the best? No, it's not the best, but it works just fine. And the problem with those other optics is that they are targeted directly from an airsoft distributions channel and to the airsoft market. And a lot of airsofters go, I don't want to pay a lot for my accessories. They're okay. Like, oh, a gun. Okay. That's the main thing I need. I will pay, more money for a gun. Accessories, I'm going to go on Wish or Temu or Alibaba or whatever and just get as many of the fake plastic things as possible. Make my gun look pretty because I want it to look like it's from COD.
They don't play at night.
The Magpul at home grip.
That's the big
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why
yeah.
I have a lot of real stuff on my airsoft gun is because I have nods, and I've had nothing but bad luck with the Temu, Alibaba, Wish stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
like, screw it. I'm a real steel shooter as well. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just go ahead and spend a penny on it. And it works great. Unfortunately, it's a pretty penny, but at the same time, like sweet, I can use my dual tubes at night with my airsoft stuff, and I'm a happy camper.
I just got tired of buying batteries.
Yeah,
Like with
that too,
like,
man.
dude, my favorite site in the whole world, and I'll get flamed for this, is the T1, right?
Yeah.
And it's my favorite one, but I can't afford a fucking T1. They're like $1,200 for a little red dot. You know, like,
Yeah,
just
they
can't
keep
afford
going
that,
up in price.
right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the EOTechs.
Well, but
good too.
yeah, but a T1's like $1,200, right?
And
For a
EOTech's like,
freaking for like a
500?
red dot,
Yeah.
right? So I would always buy the airsoft T1s, but then it was like literally every day I played, I had to change the battery.
Yeah,
out of it. I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck, man? I dig it. Looks cool, and it's actually a pretty practical site for airsoft. I was like, fuck, dude. So I ended up just buying an EOTech for $500, brand new Dicks.
Yeah.
And I had that. I still have it. I still have that EOTech. I think I've changed the battery like 3 times.
Back when a Dick's in New York was still based.
Yeah, right.
That was around.
They
the same
took
time.
all the
Gander
guns
Mountain
out.
was still a thing.
Dude, it was
They
ball
took
cart.
all the guns
Ball
out.
cart
Yeah.
1.
Gander
when I
Mountain
bought
was
that.
still around back then too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
RIP.
2016.
It just got shot out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've had that site unprotected
Yeah.
for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My when I recently
Still
moved in
works.
my apartment, the EOTech that I had for like 3-4 years, I was moving stuff, and I remember how it broke because I dropped my bag outside from this tall, not even this. Picked it up and I was putting it on my gun because I had everything kind of taken apart, putting it on my gun. There's a crack there. I'm like, that's how it broke. I dropped it. It has been taken BB hit after BB hit because I was in the same position. I had all the crappy EOTechs, and every single game day or every 2 game days, I'd be like, man, I got to bring extra batteries. Or if I was doing an AMS event, I would have to bring 3 or 4 batteries because they would run out and the night vision setting was crappy. And I'm like, I'll just get a new one, a brand new one. Worked. And I'm like, thankfully they have that lifetime warranty that as long as it's a real EOTech, you can just kind of toss it to them and be like, help.
I don't even know if they
Sort
make.
of.
I don't
Yeah,
even
so
know if
like
they
the
make
one
my
that Dave
EOTech.
has, he has the 512
Oh.
because they don't make that anymore.
Yeah.
The last time one of our friends tried to send that in, they straight up said no. They gave him a 60% off coupon code in return.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's base.
I'm curious though because one of our friends, his EXPS just got run over by a tractor trailer.
Yeah, I have an EXPS 3, and I don't have. Does it smash? Does it look
Oh,
like a
it's
pancake?
flat.
It looks like a pancake.
I'll show you a photo. Yeah, he had his Pelican case in the back of his truck. His dad the night before had went out and grabbed something out of the truck and didn't close the bed all the way. He didn't notice. He was driving on the thruway the next morning. The bed of his truck flew open and his case flew out. And one of the things in there was his EOTech that wasn't on a gun. It got run over.
Oh no.
Yeah, his Pelican case is in like 20 pieces.
Yeah.
What he needs to do is he needs to send an email to EOTech, be like, "Hey, can you guys fix this?" And just pancake.
Yeah,
Just see what
it's
they
pretty
say
bad.
back.
I'll show you a photo later. It's pretty
That
bad.
sounds hilarious.
But thankfully, there wasn't anything else super crazy in there.
Mhm.
There was an RPD box mag, a G&G CM16 LMG, a Novrich SSX23.
Yeah.
All that just run over.
That's why
Yeah,
the expensive
flatten.
stuff stays in the cab. With me, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm like, if this falls, because I have a fear of that happening. Because there've been plenty of times where like I'll close the trunk of my car, and for whatever reason, it won't latch, or there's like a leaf
Yeah.
in like right in that little thing and it won't latch. I'll like turn the car on and it goes boop and it kicks up. I'm like, oh, if I was driving and that happened and I had any of my kit in the back and it got ran over, I would have a fit.
Well, I don't know if you guys are truck guys. Do you know about the company called Decked?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So his whole system that he ordered showed up the next day.
Oh,
He's like,
That's-
it was a day late.
best. I love when that happens.
All right, gentlemen, it's after 1:00 in the morning. I think we start wrapping this up real quick, though. Tom, you went to SHOT Show. Any cool things come out for airsoft?
Oh, wow,
real quick.
This could be a whole episode.
no.
SHOT Show. I think one of the coolest things was the thing we have almost no information on, which is the collab between Wolverine and Evike and Terran Tactical. They're coming out with a Genesis Arms Gen 12 shotgun, so the mag-fed shotgun that's used by John Wick.
Cool.
And what's really cool about it is the only information we know about it is not using any technology that Wolverine's used in any of their engines before, which I think is very interesting. It's a single barrel shotgun, so not a tri-shot, that's going to shoot a spread of BBs.
Oh, cool.
That has a hop up and apparently can shoot them quite far. And with it being HPA, you can, adjust how much that's going to hurt.
Well, and like, is it semi-autos or pump?
Semi-auto.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's semi-auto mag-fed. And one of the interesting things is that the magazines are about 308 size. So the low receiver for that gun is based off of an AR platform. And
Airsoft Innovations has entered the chat.
yes,
I was just about to bring them up.
Oh god.
You know who brought a flak 10 this weekend?
yeah,
Do you have one?
yeah,
I
it's in the
think-
truck.
I think I have the only pink flak 10 in North America. I haven't seen a single other person.
Yeah.
I know other people will have them, but I don't know of anybody else who has a pink one.
But
Could we make like videos so I can post it on my page?
I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah,
I
just
thought,
run
I
to-
thought nobody got a flak 10. I thought that was. just a
that
big
was-
fucking-
It dropped. Like I told my boss, hey, I'm going to be late to work. I'm having the runs. In reality, I was sitting on the toilet completely fine, waiting for the pre-order to get done. I'm like, come on. Click. I was like, sweet. And then 8 months later, randomly at my folks' place, my dad texted me. He's like, hey, I have a big box from a company called Airsoft Innovations. I'm like, no fucking way. Seriously, because I heard all the stuff that happened, and I rushed home, got it, and I like, sent out a picture to all my friends. Like, you got one? I'm like, I have no idea, but sorry to detract, but yeah, go.
No, I mean, but that's probably one of the bigger things I saw at SHOT Show. The Trinity line from Gate and Moss Manufacturing. So the Gate is releasing pre-built guns now.
Yeah, and I see there's brushless motors in them,
Yeah.
which
Did-
Amp should carry 2238 motors because they're based.
But we
like some ducks.
You guys hear a duck?
Freaky
so
ass floor.
so is that because you locked yourself out of the bathroom?
We get the studio audience for that one.
Coming full circle. No,
It's
SHOT Show
like-
was cool. SHOT Show was very interesting. But yeah, loved it. I don't know. That was probably the biggest thing. There were a few other things from PTS has some cool different magazines
I
coming
was
out.
going to say, how excited is Wes?
The Bakelite,
The
AK
Bakelite
magazine.
PM AK mag.
It's coming out with one of those.
Yes, they made a prototype.
I
All
vaguely
right.
remember a conversation like 8 or 9 months ago about AK mags, and Wes telling me that he sanded down his PTS AK
Oh, yeah.
mag so he could
Oh,
put
yeah.
Bakelite.
And
Oh,
had
he
to-
did?
We had to use
Wow.
water on them because it kept melting the plastic the wrong way
Yeah.
because it kept overheating when he was sanding it. So we had to like pour water on it to cool it off.
You like wet sanded them.
Yeah, we basically wet sanded them.
Is this what happens at Amped when you guys?
Oh,
are,
we're
like,
yeah,
not
we're like
busy?
yeah. Like,
You don't want to know what happens behind closed doors.
uh,
You just like pour more water, more water.
no, we're running around the hallways like bonking each other with the horny stick.
Serious? No. It's the horngy stick. So we have these like big, like they look like bugle sticks almost. And I my first day in, I like walk around the corner and I see like 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
I walk back to my office. I grab a Sharpie and around it, I'll send you guys pictures of it when I get back. But it says horngy. It says horngy stick bonk, horngy stick bonk around it, and somebody, thank you. If someone comes in with a dumb question, I grab it. I'm like, if you better choose your next word wisely. I just
Yeah.
sit there staring. I'm like, I swear to God.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I could talk very long about SHOT Show. I'm trying to like summarize it down. Well, SHOT Show for me this year, I think was more based for the real steel community than the airsoft community, being fair. Like there wasn't a lot of new stuff that came out. There was new stuff, but not a lot. And honestly, I feel like it was more about like business strategy almost instead this year for the airsoft
I
community.
noticed that.
Yeah, it was a lot more business strategy than new product. Because the meetings I had this year were very different than the meetings the previous years, which were like, hey, we're coming out with this. How many do you want? It was more like, what are you seeing on the horizon? How can we help? I
noticed a couple things too from being in like some of the virtual stuff that went on, as
Mhm.
well as getting like the emails.
Yeah.
Like companies like Specna Arms, they went from a couple M4s to we're doing fucking everything.
They are.
Yeah.
And it's weird how the European market for Specna
Is
is
so big.
it's gigantic. Which
That
is-
I think Negative Airsoft has a lot of influence on that because he praises Specna Arms.
I
It's
mean,
like
we-
Specna Arms with the same old piston, and people go fucking nuts.
Well, it's
and they
like
love it.
we went from having like 6 or 7 of each model that they had, like the Core, the Edge 2.0,
yeah.
to now like there's going to be 10 to 15 of each.
Yep.
The Edge
It's
3.0 is coming with
insane.
brushless motors.
Yep.
The AKs are coming, which, by the way, I know you guys have seen them already because you have them.
Oh yeah, they're
Are they VFC spec or TM spec?
the AKs?
Yeah.
Um.
Do they have the 4 screws on the body on underside?
No.
Okay, so they're VFC spec.
There's VFC spec, but they're very weird.
Wow.
They're very weird gearboxes, and
Well, they're seamless,
yeah, kind of.
kind of.
Yeah, the bodies are very different than a.
I noticed that.
They're very different.
Nicer?
Different.
Parallel. It's the best way I can say it. Like they're parallel. Like they're not an E&L. They're not a LCT.
Do you have
AA.
one on the truck with you?
I might.
I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, if I have it on the truck, yeah, we'll take it out.
Yeah.
And,
And then stuff like Elite Force with their whole competition line doing tracer units built into the hop up now.
yeah, that was another.
super sweet.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. But that was also one that was like Elite Force. Like that's one of the companies didn't have a lot of newer stuff. They had some newer innovations, the tracers and stuff, and a few other things.
But it just seemed like they're trying to push a little bit of everything.
They are, and I mean, I think they've always been that way. But like, it's very the airsoft industry right now after SHOT Show to me is, I feel like this is a very weird way to put it. But it's like they're growing up, like they're trying to focus more on what actually is selling to the consumers instead of just throwing everything at the wall.
Yeah.
Which I feel like has been the last few years at SHOT Show is we have this new thing. We got a license for this. We got a license for that. Which I mean works like MCX, right? Like 416s. Those are guns that you need to get a license.
No
for.
SIG spears?
No.
Damn.
There's a
yeah.
tease for it. It's
Yeah.
just in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something with the SIG Spear. There might be coming to the US market, but it was a very weird year at SHOT Show is all I can say. Because it was not focused the same way that it's been in the last few years. And it's almost like boring to say to like people who are like, SHOT Show, oh, what'd you find out at SHOT Show? And it's like, it's really cool from a business perspective what we found out at SHOT Show, but like to say that to a consumer, they're like, oh, I don't care about that.
Well, it sounds like the industry as a whole, or the industry leaders, or the people manufacturing, whatever,
Yeah,
are sensing a change,
I think they're
and so they're starting to like bring in their focus a little bit.
they are
Yeah.
they 100% are.
Especially on internals. There's a lot more emphasis on these new guns having good
Yeah.
parts in them.
But I think that the U.S. airsoft market is more mature now,
It is.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because we're kind of surpassing that. What's airsoft? Airsoft's cool. It's like paintball. Like it's becoming more mainstream. So
Yeah.
people are like doing a lot more of their research about it.
Yes, actually.
And so like we all kind of know now that the outward shape of a gun doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's just the thing that looks good in pictures, but the actual performance is on the inside. So maybe the industry leaders are like kind of taking a step back. Like
They are.
maybe we shouldn't make 4,000 gold Desert Eagles.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000 gold Desert Eagles that break after 200 rounds.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
exactly,
Make
right?
100 Desert Eagles that
Like-
actually will function properly and keep going.
Yeah, like which is why all these small companies like well, I don't want to say they're a small company, but like Specna, right? They're making
Yeah.
decent products
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
that last longer.
Yeah.
And maybe
And they're backing them up with the reputation with the 1-year warranty.
sure, and I would throw that all the way back to like Navrich, right? His first rifle, the SSU 24, it came with a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think I think they took a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the larger companies took a hit in their wallets, and they're probably stepping it back, which is a good thing for airsoft as a whole.
Yes.
Because that means that potentially, maybe, the overall quality of everyone will take a step forward, and that's probably. I mean, it sounds like they're
It
getting it.
seems
It,
like
it's capitalism doing its thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you can get a gun that will last you longer for less money. So people are, as the word gets around, which it is, because the community's growing and we talk.
Yeah.
We're like, APS stands for a piece of shit,
Yeah, it does.
So people aren't buying APS. They're
Yeah.
getting a better gun. So now these companies have to respond to that with a better product if they want to survive.
Well, it's not only that too, but with the, I don't know, the overall intelligence of the airsoft community rising, and I know that's kind of an oxymoron, but we're learning that just because my gun breaks doesn't mean I need to throw it in the trash and buy a new one.
That's a big
Yes.
thing. That is a big
right.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
I understand how it works. I'm gonna take it to Anthony. He's gonna put new gears or whatever the fuck in it, and it's gonna work again.
Yeah.
The
And-
amount of questions I get on a daily basis about AEG tech work when it comes to that, and it's a pain in the ass for me because I'm the one fielding them. But it's really nice to see that because like I remember when I was first starting out, and there was like you buy this gear set, well, you're going to replace it in like 3 months or whatever. Like things did not last, but like now things are lasting. So I can confidently go ahead and suggest products to people. I'm like, this specific setup, which I not only have experience for, but I can turn around and ask 5 people in the office who have the same experience. Like, yep, you can suggest this. And I know that if this guy does it right, he's not coming back anytime soon. And he's going to be happy with his build. And that's, to me, really, really nice because, dude, I remember the days of like, yeah, I got this gun. It's like top of the line, stuff like that. But in 6 months, this part's broken or this part's broken. And now it's like, I get a gun and I'm like, this is going to last for a hot second unless I really fuck something up, on it, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I think like you said, the player base overall intelligence is getting higher. You know, I want to see a future in airsoft where people can actually just build their own guns.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm making a tech guide.
Good.
Like,
absolutely. That's awesome.
Like an ultimate tech guide for AEGs and the like.
Yeah.
And I showed Jordan my like rough draft of the table of contents, like the chapter layout and stuff. It's going to be like a video series. It might also be kind of textbookish. It's going to be integrated on my site and stuff. But like my goal is to be able to not like, I want to put myself out of business with the information.
That's absolutely. That's honestly, that's a great goal to have.
Yeah. Because like, you know, I'm not going to be able to tech forever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to find some other thing. And as these guns are getting better, there's going to be less and less need. So the need for players to actually repair, I think overall is just going to elevate the sport. I think people having guns that shoot well is going to make the gameplay better. Mm-hmm. It's no fun when you're playing against targets. You know, you want to play against adversaries that have like equal firepower. Yeah. And like even their new rentals, their Specna Arms. Now these rental players have a gun that actually has really good range out of the box.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a combat machine where the front end has fallen off and they put it back on backwards, like muzzle end into the gun, you know.
Now I'm actually scared of rentals. Now I roll up on a group of rentals and I'm like, wait, what are they running?
Yeah, no.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I actually have to be kind of careful now instead of like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like it
is very interesting how things are shaping out. And I mean, you know, I focus a lot on the business side of stuff and the number side of stuff because that's how we, you know, survive. But the industry in general seems very not scared's not the word, but like very cautiously and like thinking about things. What should we actually be doing? Because I think you put it perfectly. I think these bigger companies like took a hit. I think they took a very big hit over the past, I don't know if it was the past year or past few years, because they've been dumping so much money into things that are like, I need to dump money into a license to get a proprietary gun because my niche cool gun that maybe a few people know about is going to get me a lot of hype and sell my other products too. Interesting marketing strategy. Sometimes it works. Sometimes the MG4 doesn't really run at all.
Sometimes the MDRs break right out of the box.
But and sometimes the SIG and the 416 are very good guns.
Sometimes unfinished guns get released. You know,
sometimes your M17 shoots 420 out of the box.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But I mean, and then there's again, you go with a simple formula of a very good gun and listening to the market. Again, we're going to keep bringing up Specna Arms here.
Or VFC Glocks.
VFC Glocks. Yeah, VFC Glocks.
Big time. Yeah.
I mean, even like ENL and Arcturus.
Cyma AKs.
Cyma AKs. You know, these are we're talking about some staple guns that have been around for a while, and we're talking about some newer players in the U.S. market that are just they're listening to customers in general. And if those companies that are doing that are the ones that I'm most impressed with, and I see the most feedback from them because we're getting to a point where customers aren't dumb. Like you're saying, the overall intelligence of airsoft, this is really weird for me to say, is going up.
Love that.
It's weird. It is because it's like, oh, why is my buddy who paid $150 for his Specna, for some reason his gun's not dead yet?
Yeah.
But some of these older companies' guns, and I'm not going to name certain ones off the top of my head.
You can say APS. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's just.
But dude, like they're breaking on me in 2 games, and you know, and I paid $200 for mine, so $50 more, and it's dead in the water. And now, you know, maybe I don't have a local tech to take it to. Maybe, you know. But I think some of these older companies, the formula isn't working as well for them anymore. And that, I think, was the conversations I was having at SHOT Show. Like, to summarize, I think that was the conversations. That was what SHOT Show was for Airsoft this year. It wasn't really about product. It was about a very hard look at the industry and where each company falls. And it was a lot of data gathering. I was getting asked more questions than being pushed to do things
Yeah,
this
but
year.
you're the right person to be asking those questions.
Yeah.
Because like Amped has a pulse on the airsoft industry, at least in the Northeast, and I would say, nationwide.
We really try to, and I think that's I honestly think a lot of it is because of how many events we go to. We get a lot of customer feedback.
Yeah, you do.
all the
Like what
time.
we were talking about, the conversation you and I had in an AMS game over a certain product.
Yes.
Like, stuff like that, because you get to see it on the ground level on
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah.
How many events did we do last year?
We did 67 events last year.
Jeez.
But I say it on the same
There's only
realm
52 weeks in a year.
That's the
I
media
know,
response.
man.
for,
That's the thing.
trailers.
We did all these events. And we
Holy
see everything
shit.
firsthand. So like it's feedback, and I'd rather have any feedback.
Yeah, the amount of data we get
Jesus.
on a weekend is we're at 3 at minimum 150 person event and maximum 800 person event.
Yeah.
In a weekend. And I mean, we actually this year are probably going to cut that back because our team is dead from that.
Dead, yeah.
That freaking run into the ground. Amazing people we work with, but
Well,
run
you
into
guys, you also have a field now.
and that's the other thing. We have a
Mhm.
field. We
Yeah.
have a lot of stuff. And by cutback, I mean, like, we're probably still going to do like 45 in a year.
Like one a weekend.
Yeah, well, something like that.
That's crazy.
And just focus more on those types of things and still support the fields that, still need the support,
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of very similar to what I say about the shop, because like the products that we have, players are immediately taking them and going onto the field.
Yes.
It needs
Yes.
to not suck,
Yeah.
and that was a big thing with Specna. Like, I was skeptical. I'll be the first person to tell
Oh,
you. Like,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
seeing the price point of their M4s, seeing it on the back end, I'm like, there's no way. So then we torture tested one.
Yeah.
I put one into rotation as a rental last March, and we checked it once a month. What is it chrono? How does it shoot? What's the battery life like? Does it sound like dog shit? After a year, the only thing we broke was the cutoff lever. And that's me looking at the kids that work in the shop going, this one goes first every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't care who it goes to. It goes out first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So probably we're talking 100, maybe 200,000 rounds in
Yeah.
a year, just from rental players between actually shooting it and the amount of times they just dry fire it in the staging area because it's cool. Like that gun, after a year of that, needed a cutoff lever. That was it.
Yeah. No, it's impressive. And I mean, that type of quality moving forward, I think that's almost a new bar set for that price point.
Remember what you had to do to a gun for that to be the case in,
Well,
like,
that's-
in like
yeah,
2015?
absurd. Yeah,
Absurd.
yeah.
All you have to do is change a cutoff lever.
Yeah.
And now
I didn't have to do that.
every rental player,
Systemas. Oh, I go.
I didn't have
every rental player
Silver
now
buffer
has that
tubes.
gun.
Oh, if Wes was here, he'd be like, yes, Systemas are God tier.
Yes.
I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing too, because like some of our regular players, like they were coming out to me like, Jordan, like I'm hearing grumbles about your rentals. I'm like, I know. I was
Yes.
like, we're trying. I was like, I'm trying to get a deal going. We finally switched to Specnas last month, and like those same players came up to me. They're like, all right, I said they needed to be better, not this good.
Oh,
Like, they're
was-
actually giving
That's
up the
a
problem.
fantastic complaint to have. Let's be
right,
honest.
dude. Because the rental players make the sport in the long run. Because
Absolutely.
if they have a good experience, that means that they're going to come back.
Nothing is better than seeing 8-year-old Timmy who like rolls up with his
Minimum
mom.
age is 12 years old.
That's it.
Huh?
minimum.
Minimum age is 12 years old.
12-year-old Timmy
12 years. There you go.
rolls up with his mom, maybe his like other couple kids, and they just have a blast. And it makes me so happy because like I was that kid one time.
Dude,
Sure.
we had that the first weekend we had the Specnas.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not gonna out this kid by saying his name, but we had a kid. He came in about a year ago, rented with his uncle. I guess his mom, he was 14 at the time, had told him you're not allowed to buy a gun until you're 15. He's
Oh.
like, you can have one when you're 15. He's
Cool
there with his
uncle
uncle.
story.
What does
Yeah.
he do? He buys one anyway.
Cool uncle story.
This is the coolest mom though, because I appreciate how she handled this. She got wind of it, didn't get mad at us, got mad at him, grounded him for a year, made him put the airsoft gun in his closet.
Mhm.
So, and he was not allowed to touch it for that year. Finally, he comes to the field, turns 15. He has been there almost every weekend.
Hell yeah.
And his
Yeah.
mom is like super involved. Like she comes, hangs out in the shop, like super safe environment. She's cool with it. She brought all of his friends for his birthday in
That is
January. And
awesome.
I'm like, God bless. I just replaced the rentals.
Yeah.
So it's like 14 or 15 kids, all of their first day of airsoft, and they're running around with the Specnas. And I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted, because all of them had a fucking blast.
Yeah, they probably came out just shit-eating great.
Oh yeah, I have a photo because they're like, "Can you take a group photo? Because it's his birthday." I'm like, 100% I can. Come on, we're going over here, and they are all so fucking happy because of that.
Airsoft is better with child soldiers.
And on that note,
you need
And
that.
on that
you
note-
need that spark of youth.
Oh God.
And on that note,
Gentlemen, we're rolling up on 2 a.m. here. I mean, it's a different episode.
and we have to be in the field at 7 a.m.
We haven't been wearing the same clothes for 3 weeks.
Right,
Never.
different episode. I just want to say congrats to you guys. You guys were voted best HPA tech company for the Random Guy Kev Awards. So,
Hey, Zulu won. Oh yeah, hold on.
there
we go.
Best tech HPA tech. It was very specific. HPA tech.
Technically, Zulu was voted #1 field in the Northeast.
That is also
Oh, yeah.
true, but I'm talking about Amped right now.
I'm just throwing that out there, like the college quarterback that's never going to let go of that game.
Like
Can't
Al
categorize
Bundy.
too much.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Al Bundy.
I work with the guys every day in the tech room. I am not as hands-on a lot of the builds as I used to be because of how much we've grown, which is honestly a blessing and a curse. And I cannot thank those guys enough every day for what they do. They deal with a bunch of random requests and execute daily.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
my fault.
well,
I come with you. I come to you with those.
oh, when you
requests.
guys walk in our room, it's just like, what?
You guys need a hornky stick.
Yeah, but like no, those guys deal with it daily and they execute to a high degree. And even when they don't, we take it back in, we fix it, we make sure it's right, and that award means a lot, honestly, to the team, because like there's times, especially like Christmas time,
Sure.
we get
Oh my God.
so much volume of custom builds that come in, and they're there under the crunch time of we need to get these done by Christmas. Black Friday hits. These need to be done for Christmas.
Oh, sure. They're about to get wrapped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like we need to get these out or you are gonna hate us.
No, there have been emails, and I'm just like, sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Like, because like I know, like you can only convey that message so much to people. Like you don't like, and every email, I'm like, you don't have any idea how busy we are right now. And I'm sorry. Like we're trying, but like the team that he has, and I'm so thankful to be part of Amped Airsoft as a whole, first place. But being able to work with these guys and see how much shit they're put through on a daily basis with just how busy we can be with those builds is insane. And I cannot thank that team enough because they kick ass all the time. And if I have any small question, they're like, yep, give me it. And it's done in 10 seconds. I'm like, sweet.
My guys
that's
are-
another
my
happy
guys are-
customer.
I cannot compliment my guys.
No.
Now they're also batshit people.
Yeah.
They're crazy idiots that drive me insane. I hate them every day.
Oh, you love them. Shut
I
up.
do. No, they're great dudes that I want to strangle. But no, I'm very happy for the award, and that was an honor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Logan, Tom from Amped Airsoft, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Multiple days, because these are multiple episodes.
Multiple episodes.
Same
Yeah,
outfits.
so-
We just kept it.
Yeah, we just, for continuity, right?
Our washers and dryers broke.
Yeah. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Hope you guys have a good time this weekend at Remnant.
Yeah,
And I look forward to you guys coming back on sometime soon.
absolutely.
know.
Yeah,
We'll be
thanks
here.
for having us, man.
All right, guys. Anthony, thanks for joining us as well. You did not get voted anything.
I did not.
Yeah.
I think
I
some
just want
people
to point that out.
some people told me they voted for me, but like it doesn't.
I don't know if your mom
I actually
counts.
did write you in. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I actually did.
Oh wow.
I voted
Thank you.
for worst.
It's an honor to be
spitty
nominated.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that size yet. I don't think
That's what
Antec
she
will.
said.
I don't think Antec will be.
You said it.
I don't think Antec will be that size. I think there's a probability I might not be teching by the time that would happen,
That's a good thing.
just because of like
Get out, run as fast as you can.
That will be manufactured.
I'd love to keep teching, but like ultimately I want to go in the manufacturing route, not just for airsoft, but like
I think that's a natural progression.
just for
yeah,
We've got ideas.
Yeah.
we do have ideas, but
That can all be discussed next time
next time.
on the Zulu 24 podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good night. God bless. We're out.
Thanks, guys.
Adios.
Yeah.
Bedtime.
So Tom, quick question:
Jeez.
Was Sistema at SHOT Show?
No.
Ha!